please.
Thank you.
Thanks, Frank. You are Mark Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 18, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an officer observed a motor vehicle stopped in the right lane of traffic with its hazards on. The officer approached the motor vehicle and observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat. The officer parked his motor vehicle in front of the defendant's vehicle and attempted to wake the defendant up. Once the defendant was awoken, he allowed his motor vehicle to roll forward and strike the officer's vehicle. The defendant then turned the vehicle off, but failed to put it in park, leading the motor vehicle to roll backwards and strike the other officer's motor vehicle that was on scene behind the defendant's motor vehicle. Once the defendant exited the vehicle, he became uncooperative and was required to be detained by the officers. The defendant would not answer any questions and kept saying, "Oh yeah," over and over. The officer observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant. The defendant declined to participate in standard field sobriety tests initially. Once the defendant was transferred to jail, the defendant stated that he wanted to perform the standard field sobriety tests when asked to perform them again. The defendant was read Miranda warnings and stated that he wanted to speak to the officer. The defendant then stated that he had a 12-pack of beer since he had gotten off of work. The defendant stated he did not know what time it was and what time he stopped drinking. The officer observed the defendant to have bloodshot eyes and slightly slurred speech. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 on the HGN, a 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read, and the defendant consented to providing a blood sample.
Mr. Ramirez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. If you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, now is the opportunity that you're going to get to address it. If you don't, and it becomes a problem on bond, I'm going to address it for you, and I promise you're not to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. You
are not to use alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to test you like crazy to ensure that you're not using.
I don't have any prior DWIs, and I'm checking the license right this second.
If you do not have liability insurance and a Texas driver license, you're not allowed to drive, and that is also a condition of your bond.
Judge, we have that his license is eligible.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Ramirez? Do you work?